It is 4:30. Good morning on this Wednesday, April 21st. Thanks so much for joining us on the Pix 11 Morning News. I'm Kirstin Cole in for John Muller. It is a busy day.
Yes.
We're going to take you through it all.
Absolutely. A busy day, a big day. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I'm Vanessa Freeman. We start you off here with a check of your weather, though, and your traffic with Marissa Torres. Hey, Marissa.
Hey there, guys. Good morning. It is going to be a busy afternoon. We're talking about the chance for some strong, potentially severe thunderstorms that are going to be rolling through this afternoon. And we'll be breaking down the timing, but it is looking like for the city between 2 and 4. So if you have outdoor plans, something to be mindful of. Now, right now it's quiet. We're actually trending warmer than this time yesterday. 58 in the city right now. Noticing Newark at 58, Passaic at 50 degrees. We do have some clouds that are out there. We're going to be dealing with a mild day, but not nearly as warm as yesterday. Not tracking rain now, though you may have a slight chance in the early part of the afternoon. We're not talking about this cold front coming through until this afternoon, and then it's out of the way by tonight. And we had a lot of sunshine out there. A little bit different story for today, but looking at the temperatures right now, we're actually starting off above normal for these overnight early morning temperatures. Winds are out of the south still. That'll change by later today. Noticing Highland.
Beginning of the pandemic, Pix 11 has been spotlighting small businesses across the area, reminding the community of those mom and pop shops that are open and ready to serve. This week, the spotlight goes to a Bronx-based furniture company churning out masterpieces on a daily basis. Pix 11's
transition over to rain. The timing with this is going to be quite interesting. Later on this afternoon, after around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock seems to be the hours, and this should be clearing out between 6 and 8 from west to east. So the eastern end of Long Island will be the last to get hit. Slight risk right now. That's highlighted in that orangey kind of yellow.
So because of that, we have a partial suspension on the N train. No service between Lexington Avenue, 59th Street, and Queensboro Plaza. To get between Queens Manhattan, you can take the 7 train. But because of that issue, you're also noticing delays in service changes on F, Q, and R. So
it's one of the latest videos showing a violent encounter between a police officer and a black man. Lieutenant Caron Nazari was held at gunpoint and pepper sprayed. He is now suing 2 Virginia police officers for violating his constitutional rights. Pix 11's Shirley Chan has a story.
The first day after the verdict. So what do you see?
As we continue to follow the Chauvin verdict, Craig will continue to report for us from Minneapolis. But let's talk about what also is happening right outside our own window today. A bit of a weather change. We could see the rain moving on tech stuff. He knows everything sci-fi. You know, before I was a journalist, I did voiceover work for a random alien show.
What?
It's appropriate.
Why is it that I'm not surprised by
No one ever
this?
knew that I did this. And I got hired here, and Adam goes, "Were you in that show that was on the Sci-Fi Network doing the voiceover work for the alien?" I was like, "How the heck did you?"
Was it an alien
What
voice?
was your alien voice? What was it?
No, I was like a reporter being like, "Aliens are
have
attacking."
landed, yeah.
Oh gosh.
Wow, Ron.
Anyway, percent, which is what he said, 8,000 students wanted to go back this year. So that's why he was saying, it wasn't like they were saying everybody come back. It was just 20% of the students that were going to be back in the buildings. Just to be very clear there. We'll see what happens tomorrow, Rebecca. Thank you so much.
Missy Beavers, a Texas fitness instructor, was murdered just minutes before she was a pod and videocaster and had the chance to interview Brandon Beavers. Welcome to the show, Theo. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So before we dive into this case, which has so many moving parts and is so compelling, I just want viewers to get a little chance to know who you are, about your podcast, and what kind of issues do you cover in it. You said something very interesting about not all grief is the same, which I think is so important because we all grieve differently, especially someone whose wife was murdered. So take us to this interview. The husband, he is the husband of Missy. She was killed 5 years ago in this Texas church. I just want to take a listen to the podcast. Murder, much less, one that's still a cold case. But I wonder, let's roll video of the person who police believe is the suspect in Missy's death, because it's appreciate all the stuff you're doing. And if you'd like to hear the entire interview with Brandon Beavers, head to Think Theo on Spotify or YouTube. Thanks again.
Thank you, Marissa, everybody. And still to come this morning, Ben, he's getting toasty. Benny's never had a toasty. We're going to find out how to make the Kinder chocolate toasties that are all the rage right now on TikTok.
Okay, plus
Aiming for the other Dan behind you.
Dan's losing all kinds of
Let's see. I'm canceling this. Let's pop this
I
bad
smell
boy up.
something burning. So do I.
This is impossible. I can't grab.
Announcing just a few minutes ago that he is ending prosecution of prostitution and unlicensed massages, a first for New York State.
Yep, he appeared virtually in court this morning, moving to dismiss more than 900 prostitution cases, some dating back to the 1970s. He also moved to dismiss more than 5,000 loitering for the purpose of prostitution cases following New York's repeal of the statute known as walking while trans.
Yeah, in a statement, Vance, prosecuting prostitution does not make us safer. Instead, it often further marginalizes vulnerable New Yorkers. We expect more on this later today. We're closely following this story. We're going to have much more tonight on the Pix 11 News at 5 and 6 p.m. Lawns are going home empty-handed. So the question that we were asking was, what's led to a gnome shortage? We'll get into it.
I've been wondering that all morning
I've
long.
been looking for gnomes.
No, you haven't.
I have.
You want a gnome in your yard? Really?
Marysol, back me up here.
Has been, and I've been trying to talk him out of it. Nothing says tacky new homeowner.
Yeah.
Wizardly magic.
Right?
It's your birthday.